McElderry, Joseph, and his amazing technical dream girl. Hello, Joe.
Hello.
Very good to have you on today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And you're on all this week in Manchester, so get up there. Joe's been the amazing technical dream girl. The thing I know about it is, am I right in thinking you've got to be pretty buffed up to do this show?
Oh, God.
Let's go straight in with it.
Oh, I pretty much wear no clothes for the whole show.
Yeah.
So if you want to come and see a bit of comedy, then no. I've been exercising a lot over the past year and a half, but I'm gonna play it down. I haven't got a rippling six-pack, so you won't be too impressed.
Yeah. Does this mean that you're constantly, maybe you did before, I don't know, but you're constantly worrying about what you look like and what you eat?
I mean, I think with my job, anyways, you kind of want to feel good and you want to feel nice in the clothes that you're wearing on stage and things like that. So I've always kind of had that in the back of my head, but certainly in a loincloth, when we go out for food in between shows, I'm always like, nah, I'm not going to have the burger because I don't want to feel like I've got an ultimate food baby as I'm standing in front of 2,000 people singing Close Every Door. So I definitely choose like the salad or the grilled chicken. Sometimes I fall off the wagon though.
Did they, before you got the part, did they check you out? Was there a moment when they said, right, clothes off, Joe?
They didn't actually. And I thought maybe they'll. I thought I was prepared that somebody might have went, listen, sort yourself out. But to be fair, I've been on a bit of a health kick for about 2.5 years now. So I'm not like The Rock, but I'm in quite a decent shape. So, and I have been for a while. So I thought, maybe it's not too bad.
Now, what's it about Joseph that you love so much?
Well, I think the music's brilliant, and I think what a lot of people come from what I'm hearing from people that come and see the show, they come to see it because, it was either their first taste of musical theatre or, they kind of like listen to it when they were a kid or their parents brought them up listening to it. So everybody has that kind of nostalgic feeling with it. And then they come and realise how many songs they actually knew. It's one of them shows where you think you know Any Dream Will Do and Close Every Door and a few others, but you actually come and you think, oh my God, I know the whole show. I know it word for word. And people are just up in the aisles singing, dancing, smiling, laughing, getting sad in moments. It just makes people, I think people just, it's got a lovely feel about the show.
Do you remember seeing it the first time when you were a kid or something? Did you go to theatre and see it?
They did it they did it at school.
Yeah.
And so all of my school friends were in it, but I was too shy to perform in it. How strange thinking back now about that. But the thought of being on stage was mortifying. So I watched all of my friends do it, and I refused to do it.
Yeah. Have you ever met Philip Schofield to talk about it?
Well, I've met Philip. He's interviewed us a few times for like all of my kind of solo music, but I've never actually spoken to him about it. I'm sure he once interviewed us and he said you'd be perfect for Joseph a few years back.
Yeah.
But then I did Loose Women about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they were doing the link between this morning and they made him recite all the colours because I was on. So I think he knows I'm doing it.
Okay, hey, Joe McElderry, back with Joe in just a moment. In Manchester at the moment, doing Any Dream, Joseph, and Any Dream Will Do, the amazing technical dream, whatever you like to call it. It's on at Manchester all this week with what a great Easter thing it is to do as well. Going to get lots of great audiences this week, I'd have thought, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, we've had brilliant audiences everywhere. They've been great. But I love Manchester. It's one of my favourite places to visit on tour. So I'm excited. And the audience last night were fabulous. So I've got high expectations. I hope they're not going to let us down this week.
I'm sure they won't. Now, have you left the glorious world of pop music now, or?
No, not at all. I'm taking a little break, shall we say? No, I enjoy doing different things. I'm always one of these people that I find that we try and put like singers and performers into these boxes all the time, and I don't feel it's necessary, So I always try and do all different things. I try and do a bit of me pop stuff, and then I do a different project, then I do something else, then I go back to me releasing music and albums. So it just means that I don't get bored doing the same thing all the time. But straight after this finishes, I go back out on my tour, and I'll be doing all of my material again. So I'm going back to the kind of pop style of stuff and the classical stuff, obviously. So yeah, it's just kind of keeping the plate spinning on different things.
Hey, no, I mean, I don't think there has been a rumour, but let's start one. Of course, have you been asked to be a judge on X Factor yet?
I've never been asked. I don't think I've ever been asked to. I went back to do the special anniversary thing where we went on and mentored the contestants singing our songs.
Yeah.
That was about 2 years ago. I went and did that, but I've never been a judge. I mean, the only thing I would struggle with is all of these 6-chair challenge things that are totally unnecessary and that they don't need to do that. I would struggle being a part of all of that. So if I went on, I'd be like, I'm not doing that part. You'll have to miss that bit out if I do it.
Well, now with Dermot, Dermot's back. Is that official now? I think Dermot's back.
I think it is official, isn't it? Yeah.
You never know when a rumour becomes official, do you?
I love Dermot. I'm so glad that he's being recognised for how good he is. You know, I think it's the biggest compliment that he left and then they've had to ask him back. And I'm sure Simon Cowell's now got his tail between his legs.
Been a nice phone call, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like, and rightly so, you know, like, he was like, nobody does it better than him. And I was so shocked when they got rid of him the first time. I mean, I don't really know what happened, whether he left or whether, you know, I don't know the ins and outs. But I remember being like, that show will never work without Dermot O'Leary.
Yeah. Now, of course, in Joseph, there's not only you know, who are the talent show kings, you know, not only with X Factor, with The Jump and... Oh, how many TV talent shows have you won, or reality shows have you won now?
Three.
So you got The Jump, you got that sus, you got X Factor sus, of course. And what was the other one?
Pop star, opera star.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay. Well, The Jump. Everyone nearly died, unfortunately, not on the last series. You seem to survive okay.
Yeah, I just had bruises, but everybody else seemed to break bones.
Have you kept up your skiing or not?
Yeah, well, I've skied for years, anyways. I went skiing just before Joseph started. For a week. I kind of snuck off and didn't tell anyone. I told them all I was going to Tenerife.
Ah, right. Because I guess they would not have been. They said no skiing.
Yeah, can you imagine? So yeah, I was like, yeah, where are you going? Somewhere in France, I think I said. I think I said France.
Which was probably true.
No, I was in Austria.
Oh well, close.
But like, I think I said I was going to Disney.
Joe McElderry, about with a bit more Joe in just a moment. Currently in Manchester, in Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. On Joseph, how's Lucy Kay enjoying? Because she won the Britain's Got Talent stars from last year.
Yeah, Lucy's amazing. Lucy's voice is incredible, and I think people will be very surprised. She shows a completely different side of her in the show, in a really good way. Her voice is just incredible, and she's the poor girl never gets to leave the stage. She's got the hardest job. She, from the minute the show starts to the end, she's on stage the whole time. So she's definitely holding the fort for her, bless her. Okay,
so you're doing Joseph for the moment in Manchester this week, of course. But then you're on your own tour. What? And I've seen you on tour, and there's a great deal of love for you in the audience.
Yeah.
Is that still continued to this day? Because when it was 3 or 4 years ago when I saw you, there was a lot of love for you out there.
Yeah, I mean, I've been very, very lucky. I mean, I work very hard, but at the same time, you can't do anything if you don't have people supporting you. And I've always been very lucky to have a supportive fan base that have, you know, supported us through thick and thin, you know, and come to the shows, and, you know, they've totally got me back, and it's great. It's a wonder. For me, there is nothing better than doing your own concert and being in a room with a load of people that enjoy something as much as you enjoy doing it. That to me is such a strong connection, and I think the only way I can ever thank them is by giving them the best show possible. But I absolutely love touring and doing my concerts. It's one of my favourite things.
Do the people that come and see you, I mean, obviously you've got your pop fans, and now you've got this sort of opera classical fans as well. Do the opera classical ones, do they swan off to the bar when you're doing your pop and the other way around?
Well, I always have a massive stress about trying to incorporate all of the different styles into the set, and no doubt I'm now going to have to put the Joseph songs in the show. So yeah, the list is getting longer. But listen, it's a high class problem, because you know it means that you never run out of material, which is great.
Hey, well, it's good. But apparently, I saw some survey the other day that says you're the most successful X Factor artist of all time.
Oh, I mean, I don't know about that.
Well, let's go with it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I think, you know what, the thing I always say is the show gives a lot of people a great platform to have a career, you know, and I realise that it's a very tough industry and it is very hard to sustain a career, and I just feel lucky that I still get to do it 6 years down the line. And you know, all of these kind of things about most successful and who's done the best and everything, it kind of means nothing at the end of the day. As long as you're working and having a great time, that's the biggest compliment you can get, you know.
We got a guy called Jake Shakeshaft, who's from round here, one of our guys. We know him quite well, and he is in the Eurovision Song Contest this year. Joe and Jake.
Oh wow.
Okay, and he was in The Voice last year. As he's a young man, you know, probably the same age that you were when you were starting out.
Yeah.
What kind of advice you got for our Jake Shakeshaft, you know, who's about to go into the Eurovision Song Contest?
I think what he's probably going to experience now is going to be such a whirlwind, but if you can try keep your head screwed on your shoulders and surround yourself with really good people, and people that are not afraid to say no and not afraid to challenge you on things, and kind of tell you the truth, you know. It's very difficult to find people in this industry that tell the truth all the time, and I think if you find a group of them people, which I've been fortunate enough to, you know, then you're flying and you're lucky. And it took me a while to find them, but I've got a good group of people around us, and I think if you find that, then you're on to a winner.
Hey, great to talk to you, Joe. I'll let you go and get your loincloth on.
Thank you.
Is it fake tan as well, you know, or is it all real?
Fake tan, loincloth, and workouts. That's my life at the minute.
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Palace Theatre, Manchester, on all this week with one Joe McElderry. Thank you very much.
Thank you.